I feel like when it comes to Mike, on a lot of his albums, there's like one song and it just has a completely different vibe. Yeah, let me go on Spotify. Yeah, so like on Burning Desire, it was Should Be. This one. And then also on Showbiz.
A measure of greatness.
Cool. Check me, never know.
I want to make one of this vibe. So yeah, I found this sample and it's from the Full Metal Alchemist 2 soundtrack. So I listen to some weird stuff a lot of the time. I got to this moment. Do you hear this? I'm going to try to flip it into one of those low New York vibe sort of beats. That is so fire. The second I heard that part of it, I already knew this was going to be a Mike beat. In its current pitch, it sounds more like a Don Toliver or Travis Scott beat. But if we pitch this down... Do you hear that? That is Mike. Crazy. Okay, so I think the first thing I'm going to do in this is I'm just going to put an EQ in it to get rid of some of the bass, just so I can create some space and make my own one. And then here, let's get a bass line down. A bass on this type of beat, I don't want to do like an E bass. Yeah, sort of thing. I feel like they sound really good on Mike beats, but I'm trying to make it like really niche sort of style of his beat. And EQ on here, but this time we're going to be getting rid of the highs, then add an overdrive just to help it like pierce through that mix. Let's record this bass in. Okay, and before we get into like adding other elements, I think a really important thing with these mic beats is you got to build up just the atmosphere. Okay, and a great way to start with that is just some vinyl crackle. And we're going to do 2 layers of this because these are different. So I just got Serato sample, which is really cool. But I saw it also came with Serato effects. So it might be worth trying out some of these. Okay, this one is really cool, but I don't want it in the whole beat. But this could be a great way to introduce the song. Now on the drop it's a 0. Whilst we're doing this stuff, it might be fun also automating this on here. It's a nice way to bring the track in, you know, instead of just turning it up. Alright, let's add this in right at the beginning. Okay, and then we'll add this in too. Let's open up a drum rack on this layer and we're going to find the right drums for this. Important thing with like drums on these sort of songs is don't be afraid to completely swing them. And then I think let's also freeze this layer and just convert this straight into an audio clip. There's a few plugins we can use to make these drums sound cool. One is Drum Bus. This is going to allow us to crunch the drum, so we can just push this up, make it hard as well. Like, this gives us the ability to pitch it down. And then there's one other very subtle thing we can do with the drums to get that mic feel, and that's have a shaker. Any sort of audio sample, you can double click here and like add points and then like stretch in between. And then that gives you the wonderful ability of just being able to line things up like that. So we'll duplicate it and get rid of this one. Grab this one here. But I tell you, the gun don't jam. I feel like the one thing this beat is missing is a vocal sample. So I'm gonna use Sampler and I'll see what things I can find in this BPM.
Said you wanted all of my love.
See how cool this is. But look how cool that is. I can just select vocals and a boom.
Said you wanted all of my love. Said you wanted all of my love. Tell me what you need. All of my.
Okay, turn it into audio. Got it. Thank you. See if we can get some mic rapping.
This shit different from the tri-state, was spitting up lies till my lungs clear. I should've saw the vibes. We've been living without God's grace, screaming since some time. Yeah, here go my feelings in these lines. Another victim of these odd ways positioned me at top, and I was really sitting sideways. This all I got. This what it is. I hit the highway. I know my job. This shit was written for the hype can. I even felt a lot. One mistake can make your life change. You know demise, then you should tell me what it's like, gang. You in a ride or you dipping when the price raise. You lit, then your light drain. You know the vibes, you only get them with the right name. Deeper than the plot, we putting secrets on a white page. Deepest in my heart, I can't be fiending for a white face. A strong soul, but my mind crazy. Strong soul, but my mind crazy. Strong soul, but my mind crazy.
Thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day.